Hey guys, welcome back to the MangaMark channel. Today I am watching One Piece episodes 349 and 350. I won't be talking as much in this video, guys, because I am short on time, so I'll be, doing it quick and then getting straight into these episodes here, because I wanted to watch these today, but, like I said, time constraints. So let's do a quick recap before we jump in here, okay? So last episode, Brook came back. He took down the spider monkey thing. So he's with Frankie and Robin. I'm hoping that he gives us some information about this place, about the shadows, because I really want to know how these shadows work, because we've met the zombie that has Sanji's personality, the zombie that has Zoro's personality, the zombie that has Brook's personality. We know that Gecko Moria is taking these shadows. How's he doing it? How does the kind of like shadow to like zombie, like the personality thing, like I want to know the ratio of, is the zombie just the vessel? Is the shadow the personality that takes over? And all that kind of stuff. Do they have memories? Just get like some more information about how this devil fruit actually works. That's what I'm looking for in these episodes. Right? We know that Luffy is now face to face with Gecko Moria. He is obviously seeing him for the first time, so hopefully we get a confrontation there. Gecko Moria, maybe, like, obviously the design looks insane. He looks crazy, but I'm hoping we get kind of like flesh him out as like a villain, so that we get, his motivations maybe, or even if he explains his abilities and stuff. That's what I'm looking for. Like, just like bring some stakes to the arc some more, where we find out what is Gecko Moria's like goals for this arc, right? I'm looking for there. Obviously, Nami, Chopper, and Usopp have snuck into the back of this bear, like that Perona, her bear thing. They're hiding inside of that, right? So they're kind of getting some information gathering as well, while this bear is trying to desperately tell people that there's 3 people hiding inside of it. Okay, so that's it. That's where we are right now. Let's get into these episodes, and hopefully we get some more information about these things and about this arc in general. Okay, so guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Everyone that has and comes back, watches, comments, likes all these videos, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, let's get straight in here. Episode 349. Let's do it. Even zombies have oh yes, Brook knows their weakness. That would come in very handy, because like removing the head and stuff doesn't seem to work. So oh, the shadow? Is that... Does Brook know a way to get the shadows away from the zombies? Oh, and it returns to the person. Okay. Purified him. He wreaked havoc. Oh, okay. Yep. Brook's got a reputation here. Without a working rudder. Yeah, that's right. He's been trapped in here. Yeah, okay. Right, okay. We're going to get the... Okay, so this is the explanation of when Brook found the barrel as well. So Brook met the Cerberus back in the day, and the zombies and stuff. Yeah. So Brook would be in the category with Nami, Chopper, and Usopp then. Man lost his shadow, collapsed on the spot. Yeah, we saw that happen to Zoro. Oh, right, okay. Okay. And then this zombie started acting... Yeah, it started acting like the man that they just took the shadow from. Second souls. Yeah. Okay. So it is kind of like Peter Pan. He's eating the shadow fruit. Yep. Yes. So Brook's shadow was taken and given to this samurai man. As long as he has a corpse, he can use a shadow to turn it into a zombie. Okay. The real problem is that his cohort is the genius. Right, oh yeah, so I was wondering that. How does Hogback come into it? Reconstruct the body, making it stronger. Ah. Right, okay. Right, so that's why they have all of these general zombies that they've gathered. They've gathered all these strong people that have died. The shadow provides their personality and fighting abilities. Oh, perfect, Brook. This is exactly what I was looking for. The power of their body depends on the... Right. That's what I thought. Okay, that's perfect. That... See what I mean? You can always trust Oda to... The questions you have, it gives you the explanation. Nice and simple. Okay, thank you, Brook. Moria's favourite aspect about zombies be their obedience. Yeah. Generally, it's a challenge to keep powerful warriors in line. Yes. Yeah, like Sanji's like penguin dog is going a bit crazy right now. The powerful quickly return to the sea. Oh. So he takes their shadows and then sends, like he did with Brook, he took his shadow and then kind of sent him out into the mist. Okay, as I suspected, these are the three phantoms that we're talking about. Absalom sucks. Oh my god, he is massive. What? Yeah, don't say that in front of Luffy. King of the Pirates, no chance. Exactly. I have a hard time believing that this is the man who picked the fight with the world. Well, believe it, okay? Because he stole it. What are you going to do about it, pervert? Right? Shut up. Move. Yeah, no, you lecture every one of you. I can't believe that. This guy's a warlord. Like, what is this design? Anyway, what happened to that trio? They're right there. They're in that room. They're inside the bear. I love the fact that they're right there. They're talking about them. They're inside this bear. Don't say a thing. You're very harsh. Is this a pun? Like, why do they keep saying this? Stop calling Nami your bride, you creep, okay? Never get him. Yes. Sindri, nice. Sindri's my favourite out of this group so far. Exactly. Exactly, Sindri. Tell them. Don't expect to get married ever. The voices, they've all got such like crazy voices as well, and their laughs. Oh, Luffy's out, and he's crawling like a caterpie. What are we gonna do here? Yeah, Luffy keep... Right, okay, let's see some more explanation about her powers as well. Yeah, these ghosts. Yeah, Luffy remembers them. The sea cucumber. Okay, so you can't touch these ghosts. You can't touch these ghosts, they just depress you. To fall from King of the Pirates to a sea cucumber. Yeah, exactly. It is brutal. Like, how do you fight against that? With the light. Oh, okay. So he needs to hit them with the light so that the shadow appears. Okay. This is such a unique devil fruit ability. Strange, man. Like, the creativity for these devil fruit abilities is insane. But what what are they going to do with Luffy's shadow? Oh, so he cuts the shadows off of them with a comically large pair of scissors. Okay, wasn't expecting that. I thought he was going to just take it. I didn't think. Like, I heard the slash when they took it from Zoro, but the big scissors I was not expecting. And then Luffy goes unconscious. Okay. Obtained a 300 million berries worth of might. Okay. So he's looking for like the higher bounties to steal the shadows from them. Okay. God, what kind of zombie is he going to give Luffy's shadow to? It'll be behind that door with the 900. Right, I am very happy with that, with the explanations in that episode. It was a very info-heavy episode, but I'm really glad for that. You know, Brook basically answered my questions. He told me what I wanted to know. So now we know basically how this ability works, how he does it, kind of like we saw that there with Luffy. But what I wanted from Brook was the explanation of how much of the zombie's personality is from the shadow. And so basically all of the personality and abilities come from the shadow. The zombie, like the body, that is just that. It's basically the body of the person who's died. None of their personality remains inside it. Or the techniques are like, so you won't get a, like, let's say you take like an incredibly strong person that's died. Let's just say it's one of the 7 warlords. You take one of their bodies, but you put, you know, Buggy's shadow into them. Then that zombie is going to act and have the techniques that Buggy had, right? It's not going to act like the previous strong person, but it will have their strength in terms of their physical, like the body and how strong they were. That's it. So it's basically like a vessel, a strong vessel for the personality and techniques. And if you get a good combination of them, you're laughing, right? And then hogbacks used to strengthen the body and maybe add in some things to make them better. Okay? That's it. So like if you, like, let's just say Shanks had died and they were using his body, they'd put somebody's shadow into it, and then Hogback would like attach another arm to it so that he has both his arms again. Something like that, I'm guessing, right? And obviously increase the physical abilities of the zombie. So that seems to be like, right, we've got the explanation, we've got like, right, what, so we've got a kind of timeline as well of this only happened 5 years ago to Brook, right? But Brook's been trapped in this Florian Triangle for a long time, and got his kind of soul came back. So he's been a skeleton for a while, but he's only had his shadow stolen for the past 5 years. So his rudder's been broken. He's been travelling in this mist, in this crazy place, but only ran into Gecko Moria 5 years ago, got his shadow stolen, and then was sent back out into this place. But then when he met the crew, that's when he finally was able to find Thriller Bark again, because we picked up that barrel that he did 5 years ago as well, right? Okay, so that seems to be where we are. Obviously, we're probably going to get more. We're probably going to see the zombie in the next episode of, like, they say it's going to be the 900th zombie. We saw the big door with the 900 on it. That's probably who they're going to give. In fact, no, that's basically, they've said that's who Luffy's shadow is going to be going to. So I'm guessing that'll be in this next episode. But let's get into it. Let's see where we go from here, and how this is all going to play out. Like, I wasn't expecting this Gecko Moria guy to want to become king of the pirates, right? That's his motivation. He wants to be king of the pirates, and I'm guessing he wants to use this ability to create these powerful zombies. He wants to use this ability to help him become king of the pirates, right? But Brook knows a way to purify them, right? Brook knows a way to get the shadows out of them, and then the shadow like kind of flew up into the air, and he said, right, go and return to like your owner kind of thing. So Brook knows how to combat this ability, but we didn't see how he did it, right? So hopefully we get that, because as soon as we have that, we can start fighting back, okay? So let's get in here, episode 350, let's do it. I love that Chopper's doing his usual thing of peeking out the wrong way. Oh, this poor bear just can't explain what's happening. The shadow will bring me one step closer to becoming king of the pirates. So this guy, like, this, I want to see what this number 900 is like if he spent that much time on it. But so this guy only has like 3 actual crew members, and everybody else is a zombie. You can command absolute loyalty from the shadow of the nastiest bastard. The world will transform into a land filled with obedient zombies. It is a bit of an insane power, don't get me wrong. That idiot Kaido would never have defeated me in the new world. Okay. So Moria's been to the new world before and was defeated by someone named Kaido. I have to go back to the ship. The worst they'll do to your captured crewmates. Steal their shadows. But it's not as though it's fatal. Yeah, because we've seen people survive after it. Yeah, exactly. When their shadow is snatched away, they won't awaken for 2 days. The stronger the person, the sooner he is put on a ship and... to prevent the victims from returning to the... Exactly. So that they know they're not going to be able to find the island again, so they're like, right, send them away quick as possible. They can't. Okay. So, Brook, give us more info, mate. Even if you separate a person from the shadow, they are still of one mind and one body. If the human dies, the shadow... Oh, okay, so they can't kill the people that they take the shadows from, or they'll lose the shadow. So that's why they put them back on their ships and send them back out to sea. They need to keep them alive. Okay, okay. What's this? Oh, yes, Brook, tell us. You saw how effective it was. Right, yep. So what did you do? What exactly is it? Salt. Ah. Yeah, that's like a Japanese thing, isn't it? They can throw salt. Okay, right. To purify? And the power of salt water with the ocean. Okay, right. Makes sense. Why are you so knowledgeable about the zombies in this island? Yeah, he seems to have figured out a lot of this info. Lost my shadow 5 years ago. Sent me back out drift at sea. Oh. Oh, so he made it back to Thriller Bark even after he lost his shadow. So this must be the time that they're all talking about, they're all scared of, where he caused havoc. Right. Okay, so he faced off against the samurai man that now is his shadow. So how did he figure out about the salt? Someday I must pull out of the Devil's Sea and carry out the promise I made to my friends. Yeah. Extending my life. Wonder what it is. Like I hope we get some more info on Brook. Like if we get some backstory. On top of everything you've told us, answer this one question before you go. I feel like he's giving you a lot of info, Frankie. What do you want to know? He's the only person to have figured out my zombies. Yeah. Hogback's scared of Brook, because Brook figured it out. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering as well. Like, how did he figure out that salt was the weakness? Because they never explained that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's go and see what this zombie's like. It must be insane, right? If there's this much of a big build up to it, this zombie must be crazy. Alright, they're taking Luffy back to the ship. Yeah, Usopp. Exactly. Usopp figured that out. Yep, remember Brook. Just stay hidden just now. Yeah, bide your time. If they pop out of there right now, they're just going to get their own shadows stolen. Yeah. Are we going to get more info on this Captain John guy? They talked about him like he was an important person, so... yeah. As soon as this zombie got Zoro's shadow, you knew he was going to get lost all the time. Yeah. Definitely. Why is Frankie crying? Okay. What happened? Compared to ask him that. Oh, so he asked Brook a question and the answers made him cry. Are we going to find out? Okay, and he very much likes Brook now. What was the question that Frankie asked him? Oh, Brook's going through the mansion. Oh, okay, Brook. Okay, Brook. Nice. Oh, and he's purified every one of them as well. Okay. Man. Brook's joining the crew. So he was scared. Never give up. Never. Okay, give us some Brook backstory, man. Like, what's the motivations? This when he fought against, like he said that he fought against him and he lost. Okay, this was back then. Oh, that's when he fell down? Okay. When I saw his corpse in the land of ice, my body couldn't... Right. This terrifying beast used to terrorize the seas 500 years ago. He conquered a nation and carried an entire... so close to the famous giant known as the legendary Continent Puller? So it's a giant? Okay. Let me see it. Don't do the thing where you tease it. Let me see it. Okay. How big is this guy? Does he have... is that horns? He is the only berserker to have gone down in history as a devil. Oars. Okay. And they're giving Luffy's shadow to this thing. Oh my god. Look. How big is it? Right, so from the way they described it there, like this thing from 500 years ago was like a berserker, like a legend, the way they described it, the Continent Puller. And it said that they had like a country on his back. Or he would like carry a country. I don't know what the explanation there was, but basically this is this is a historical figure here called Oars, right? No, he's known as a devil, a berserker. Is that a kind of like, is that a kind of different race? Is the berserker like, because it didn't, it said giant, but he had horns and like tusks. So is it a different kind of? Is it like the fishmen kind of thing? Is that what we're looking at here? Do they still exist? Like, is this a species that died out, or do these massive things still exist in the world of One Piece today? This is there's so many questions. There's so many questions. Every time you get some answers in One Piece, some questions pop up, but I love it. I love it. I love the speculation behind it, right? But what did Brook say to Frankie? Frankie's like, it cut away, but Frankie wanted to ask Brook a question. Brook's obviously answered that question, and then it's totally changed because Frankie was a bit, he wasn't feeling Brook. He was basically like, he was cutting him off, and he was like, right, come on, like, tell me what we need to know, and he was being a bit, saucy with him. But after it seems they've had this conversation, Frankie's crying. He's talking, like, he's saying to Robin that he loves him. He loves the skeleton. So, what did Brook say to him? What question did Frankie ask him? That's what I'm wondering, right? And it seems like they gave us a lot of explanation as well as to where Brook's been in that time. Because I was wondering, what's Brook been up to since he left the ship? He found the samurai zombie. So he found the guy that took his shadow. But then the samurai zombie beat him, sent him flying out from the top of that tower. And that's why he came falling from the sky down, and he eventually helped Frankie and Robin, right? That makes sense then. That explains as to why Brook just randomly fell from the sky. It all comes around. Everything gets explained in One Piece, and I love that, right? But the fact now as well, we know that we use salt to purify the shadows from these zombies. That is a game changer. That is a game changer because we saw how much of them Brook was purifying there. So if we get our hands on this, penguin dog and the crazy, Hitler moustache guy that has a Zoro's shadow, if we can get, so how, like, do we need to get salt on them? Do we need to get them to eat the salt? Did Brook have the salt on his sword? And if you cut them with it, would that work? How does the purification work? He gave some salt to Robin and Frankie, which is handy, so we can use that. But this is definitely game changer to get these shadows back, right? Because obviously we need to find these zombies and get our crew's shadows back before we can move on. Because there's no way we can leave this place until we get our shadows back. Because we can't go out in the sunlight if that is the case, right? I am getting the feeling more and more that Brook is going to join the crew. I don't think that ship that doesn't have a rudder anymore, like, I don't think he's going to need that. I think he is coming on board the Sunny. We'll get Brook's shadow back as well, and then we'll leave with Brook. He becomes the musician / humming swordsman of the crew. Right? I am more than happy with that. Right? I was worried that there was going to be a twist that Brook was going to end up being a bad guy to try and trick us. That doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be like they're hinting at Brook's backstory. And like we're going to get that explanation, obviously, from the cutaway from what Frankie was asking him. And he gave a little bit of he said that he made a promise to his crew, and that's why he has to live and he has to make it out of here. So there's something there. We're going to get Brook's backstory eventually. Like, I know that will happen. And I'm looking forward to it. Because the backstory's in One Piece. I mean, come on. Like, it's just, it's something you just look forward to. Well, at the same time, they're devastating, but you get a great story. You always get a great story from the flashback, and it makes you care so much more about what is happening in the story when you get the motivations and you get like the backstory. Basically, that is it. Oda has mastered it. Even ones that just add to the history and the story of the place, like the one we got in Skypiea with oh god, I forgot his name. Noland. With Noland's backstory and the motivation between him and Calgary, and that just totally brought the whole arc, like the stakes and the motivations, everything together for that arc. So I want to know more about Brook, definitely. Now with Moria, we got some explanation as to now he wants to be king of the pirates. That's his motivation. But a little bit, I think he said that he'd been to the New World before and he'd been defeated by someone called Kaido. Now, I don't believe that person's been mentioned before. You guys let me know if I'm wrong on that. Has this person been mentioned in the series before this? I don't believe so, but who is that? Because obviously we know that the New World is the last place in the Grand Line that Kobe told us about. So he must be an important person if he's there, because that's the place where all the kind of like the big shots are, right? And the place you go to become the king of the pirates. So obviously Moria's been there before. He got defeated by this person, and so was he a warlord when that happened? Or was that a long time ago and then he became a warlord? Hopefully we get more explanation on that as well. But I love that. I love this kind of world building where you're getting these explanations of these people and their motivations, and like it's just building the world and giving you kind of, that's the beauty of One Piece. Like even with these kind of things where you get these info dumps and then they throw all these things out there and it just builds to the structure of the world and the people in it and the motivations, like everything comes together eventually, and that is the great thing about it. But guys, these episodes gave me exactly what I wanted, right? I wanted info. I wanted info on how Moria's powers worked, on how the zombies worked, and like just all of that was answered in these episodes. Brook gave us most of the information. I got info on their weakness as well, which I think was a necessity because fighting them was pointless if we didn't have that. So, good stuff. Exactly what I wanted. Now, we have to get, obviously, Zoro, Sanji, and Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy are being taken back to the ship. So we need to get them awake again, and then we need to get these shadows back. Right? That is the goal. And then we need to take down this warlord. So hopefully, so here's the question then, right? Like, how do we, cause you want all of these zombies to be purified. So say if we put the salt on Moria, or if we defeated Moria, would that negate his control over these zombies, and would they be able to return to all their owners? Because I feel bad now. I feel bad for all these people that have been kidnapped, had their shadows stolen, and then while they were unconscious, they've been put back on their ships and sent out to sea, and then for the rest of their lives they need to avoid the sunlight. That sucks, right? And I like the explanation as to why he couldn't just kill them. After he takes their shadows, he can't just kill them because he needs the original body to remain alive. Because if that person dies, the shadow and the zombie that it's inhabiting will cease to exist, basically. Right? So I like that. There is that kind of catch to the power. It isn't just a crazy... It is OP, but it is there are weaknesses to it. which is the beauty of One Piece. You always get a drawback. Even with someone like Blackbeard, when they showed his crazy devil fruit, there is consequences. You know, we saw that he has drawbacks to his power as well. So, good stuff. Great explanations. Love it. Let's meet in the next one, guys, where we will be getting into the next episodes, and hopefully we found out more about Brook, and we get the crew. Like, the crew needs to regroup. I'm glad that Frankie and Robin are on their way back to the ship, but we need Usopp, Nami, and Chopper to get out of this situation and to get back, because the last thing we need is them getting caught now as well, right? So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Everyone that has comes back, watches, comments, likes all the videos. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you all on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.